How's it going, guys? Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So we're going to break down Sofi in this one, do an update on the charts, my thoughts, what I'm looking to do, and of course, we'll break down the indexes, maybe some other stocks later in the video. But first, hit the like button. Do not forget to subscribe and join the free email stock newsletter and check out my Patreon if you guys want to keep up with what I'm doing in my portfolio every single week. No pressure, of course. That is linked down below. And with that being said, cheers. Let's dive into it. So it's currently about 11:30 a.m. on the East Coast. You're probably watching this around noon on the East Coast, and we have Sofi currently down about 0.5%. Not quite half of a percent, more like 0.4%. Pretty much there, guys. Pretty much 0.5%. And all the indexes are up except for the Dow. The Dow's now slightly in the red, 30 points down, 0.1%. But the S&P's up 0.3%. Same with the NASDAQ. Actually, the NASDAQ's up a little more, 0.4%, as the Russell is up 0.1%. So the futures, you guys probably saw, were up a lot more. So we saw a lot more green earlier in the day. We've since given back a lot of the gains. I mean, if we pull up SPY quickly, you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. We had a big move after the bell yesterday, after NVIDIA reported earnings, right? That brought up the entire market. SPY almost hit 600 points this morning, and now we're slightly under 590. So we have come down a good chunk from where we were in the pre-market, about $10 here, and on QQQ, pretty much same thing. We're down $10 from where we were per share in the pre-market. We hit 530 in the pre-market. Now we're at 520, so we're down about 2% from where we were this morning. So a lot of the gains have been given back, so keep that in mind. And Sofi, I think, almost hit the mid-13s this morning. Yeah, almost $14 actually. We hit $13.75, and as the market has come down, Sofi has come down as well. Now we're at $13.25 in that ballpark. Now we're down 0.75%, so we're slipping even more as this video is progressing, guys. Yeah, I mean, a lot of this has to do with the overall market selling off. You know, we're not getting any specific Sofi news here, at least that I'm seeing. You know, let me know in the comments if I'm missing something here, but we are continuing to slip like we saw in the pre-market. That's going on here intraday right now. But on this 5-day 5-minute chart, we are noticing we're technically still, making little higher lows here. Even now that we're pulling back intraday, we're down 0.75%. We're still technically maintaining this trend line. Do you guys see the trend line that's drawn out here on the 5-day? You'll see it on the 30-day or 30-minute rather as well. We're still technically making these higher lows, which is good for the bulls in the short term, right? That is good for the bulls. But we just have to get the confirmation of a reversal, of an actual rebound, which we're not quite yet seeing here, right? We're just not fully breaking out. We were seeing some signs of a potential reversal as we got to almost $14 in the pre-market today. We were above the moving averages on the 30-minute, but now we're back under them, although we're still, again, maintaining this trend line, which we'll see in due time if that will continue to hold. And on the 4-hour time frame, you guys are noticing we're above the 180 SMA, which is great news. Slightly under the 50 SMA, just a hair, not much, but we are above, again, that 180 SMA, which is at $12.90, $13. That's a great sign. And if I zoom in right here, arguably not the best sign for the bulls, we have a head and shoulders. Do you guys see it right here? Uh-oh. Little head and shoulders action potentially in the making, which, yeah, I mean, at this point, you're noticing it. We have the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder, all while still making higher lows. So keep in mind, I mean, this is not like a textbook head and shoulders, but we're seeing it a little bit. And, we have a bit of a wedge here. There's a lot going on. Let's just say that. There's a lot going on Sofi. And for the head and shoulders to get thrown out the window and for this to really start breaking out, we're going to need to start going over 1450. And at that point, hey, we might start fully breaking out, which we started getting signs of it this morning. We obviously didn't break out. But we'll see in due time if it's able to get back over 1450. Now we're almost down 1%. Oof, it's slipping down further and further as this video progresses. But overall, man, we're still obviously up a lot off the lows from April. April, we hit $8. Now we're at $13.20. So we're still up over 60% off the lows. But we still have some ways to go for the recent highs. Let's just say that. There's still a lot more upside left to be had, in my personal opinion. And of course, you guys got to do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. You guys know the drill. Do your own research as always. When you're buying stocks, trading, investing, you got to know what you're doing, and you have to understand the company for yourself. And that's why I'm super comfortable holding SoFi stock here, because I understand the company. I'm in the stock at a lower price. I'm up on my position, so I'm very comfortable just riding it out, being patient, holding on to my shares. And that's exactly what I'm doing, guys. So let me go over here to some other stocks. By the way, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow along for more content. So obviously NVIDIA's up. We all know that. The company did well yesterday earnings-wise. Now we're up around 5%, trading over $141 a share. And this stock is now breaking out and trying to fill the next gap here, which is up to about 147.8-ish. 150, might as well call it 150. That's the next gap we're trading in right now. And hey, man, the stock got to, I think, 144 this morning. Yeah, 143.80. Looks like it's trying to fill that gap. And it looks like even with this pullback we're seeing, a little bit intraday, we're holding 140, which used to be resistance. Now it's acting as support. Very good sign. So NVIDIA, guys, crushed it. They beat EPS, beat revenue. Guidance is strong. And the fact that their numbers aren't suffering like a crazy amount at this point with the H20 restrictions, that's a great sign, And the fact that we're seeing guidance super strong for Q2 despite these H20 restrictions, that's what's setting the stock up, in my opinion. And we got news that in Q2, they're losing out on $8 billion of revenue because of these restrictions. And I think they guided for, I forget what they guided for next quarter, but tack on another $8 billion on top of that. That's what they would have reported revenue-wise if these restrictions didn't take place. And think about it. If they get lifted, if these restrictions get lifted, which I don't know when that will happen, if that will happen, if it even does happen. But think about that. If they get restricted, guys, think about how fast NVIDIA would go to all-time highs. It is insane. It's already almost near all-time highs. It's definitely near all-time highs, and that's with the restrictions, with the loss of revenue we're seeing. Think about if that revenue was added back to the company. The stock price would go nuts. It would go nuts, which I think eventually we'll get to a deal there. I think the restrictions will get lifted. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Now China has Huawei making chips, a bunch of other companies. We'll see how it goes. But man, I couldn't be happier with NVIDIA, and it's the sole reason that we're not in a pretty ugly red day today. Look, all the indexes are barely up now. NVIDIA's up 5%, so obviously that's holding up the entire market. It was looking better earlier today for the S&P and the NASDAQ, but those gains have dwindled away, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, NVIDIA, man, 5%, not bad. Other stocks moving. We have JD.com, Chinese company here. It's moving up around 4%, not bad. Tesla is moving 1.6%, continuing to move here as we got word that Elon is, well, you guys probably saw, leaving Doge. Now he's going to be focusing on Tesla more, his other companies more. I think the quote was he's going to be back at work 24/7 now or something like that, which, I mean, we all know he works a lot as is, but his focus is going to go away now from the government. Obviously, his focus wasn't solely on the government, but he's getting that off his plate, which is good for Tesla, the shareholders. They like it, and now the stock's up 2%. And we're approaching a big resistance. We're at it at 365, 370. That's the high from the middle of February, guys. If that's able to break, could be going higher. It could be going higher. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button on this video, guys. Let me know, again, your thoughts. Join that email list if you guys want me to send you my top stocks weekly, and check out my Patreon if you want to keep up with what I'm doing in my portfolio. I posted an update on, was it yesterday? Either way, I posted 2 updates this week. One was the stocks I bought this week, which I'm investing thousands of dollars a month in this portfolio. And the second update I posted was the portfolio's performance so far, year to date, and in the past year. And let's just say, guys, the portfolio is up 50% over the past year against the S&P's 13%. And year to date, my portfolio is up 11% versus the S&P's 1%. So if you guys want to be part of that, see how I'm building this portfolio, I'm buying stocks weekly, investing thousands of dollars a month, check it out. Link down below on Patreon. No pressure, of course. It's all if you guys want to join. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you in the next video.